Hello, everybody. My name is Rich Guzman.
Hello, guys. My name is Ace Guzman.
And we are Ace and Rich, and it's that time again. It is hot seat time. This is where you come down, you ask your questions, get off the bleachers, get in the field, start getting in the game, and figure out how you could actually get results in your business and start crushing it in 2023 into 2024, because this year's going by fast. All right, so now we are going to get started here, and we got quite a few questions to get to. So let me my notes over here.
Who is here on the live? Where are you actually watching us stream live from? If you are in our profile, say hello, where you're from. And if you are watching us in the Internet Marketing Pros Facebook group and you're a member, give us a shout out where you're from as well. Because tonight we are going to drive it home. We want to answer your questions. We want to get you guys unstuck. Like literally, this is what the hot seat's all about. No question too big, no question too small.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with that. Let's see here.
All right, I'm looking here in the group. You guys post your questions. Let's get them in.
All right, now it's time, guys. Now's the time. Bring your questions. This is how you grow. This is how you learn. This is how you dominate on the internet. Right? If you don't ask any questions, you don't know the answer. How you gonna find out the answer if you don't ask a question?
John Paul says, this is awesome. Well, you're awesome too. That's right. This is what makes it happen. When you guys show up and you guys are here to help us out, with your questions, we can go ahead and help so many people transform not only their lives, but their mindset and their income, as well as the results that they're doing with their businesses.
Yes, guys, we have coached and mentored many people throughout the years. The list goes, the numbers are just like astronomical. We actually help people transform their lives and their business. I remember just one particular person comes to mind, stay-at-home mom. She basically struggled on the internet completely. And, she pretty much joined us, and, we taught her about marketing. We taught her about getting results. We taught her about the strategies, and literally came close to making 6 figures.
Yes.
And that's really, really cool. That's exciting.
Absolutely.
I love hearing those stories. That's just one of the few, All right. So any questions, guys? Let's go. Let's go.
So we have John O'Brien from Australia. Yes, welcome, John. Colleen McKenzie. Hey.
What's up, Colleen?
Dione Lewis. Hello, Dione.
Dione Lewis, what's happening?
Colleen's from Edmonton. All right. Awesome. So we got Australia in the house. We got Edmonton in the house. Where else is everybody live from? We got Simran watching live. Let us know where you're watching us from. And wow, we're starting to get a crowd here. This is good.
All right, let's do it.
All right, Sandy McKay. Sandy, welcome to the hot seat.
Welcome to the hot seat.
Shout out to Sandy. Things have been pretty hot lately, hasn't it, Rich?
Hot.
I'm talking about the temperature.
Yes.
Holy cow, has it been hot?
I think it's because of that. In my opinion, I think it's the fire.
Yeah.
Up in Canada.
Yes.
It's creating that heat dome. That's what I think.
And I don't know if anybody saw on the news, but what had happened was I heard about those folks that were on the plane for 3 hours on the tarmac.
Oh my God.
What is it, Las Vegas? Do you remember when we went to Las Vegas?
That's the worst place to get stuck.
The last place I want to be to get stuck is there. Oh my gosh, it's so hot. In a plane,
no AC, that's horrible.
No AC whatsoever. I would have been complaining to the FAA immediately, but what's that going to really do? You know what I mean? Literally, I would have been open the emergency exit and get my butt off this plane.
Absolutely.
I would have been raising hell.
Hey, Candace, how you doing, dear?
I would have been raising hell, Rich.
Welcome to the hot seat, Candace. Nice to see you.
Hey, she's like, hey, coaches, what's going on? Hey.
All right, so let's get into it.
I thought we already are getting into it. Didn't I just tell you what we were talking about? Are you paying attention, Rich? You're just looking around. Come on now.
Hey, I'm good, man. I'm good.
All right, so like I was saying, it was too damn hot.
How hot was it?
Very hot. Very hot.
Oh my God. So yeah, guys, so this is where we actually help you get unstuck in your business. If you have any questions, you've been wondering why am I stuck here? Why I'm not getting the results? Why is it that, my individual that brought me into this business has gone to the Winners Protection Program, which that does happen.
But
quite a
that
bit.
happens, when people actually buy stuff and, they kind of like forget about it. Even if it's like $1 spent, people do tend to forget. And this is why when we talk about marketing training, we talk about understanding proper follow-up. You got to have the right type of follow-up. Otherwise, you're going to lose people.
Hey, y'all got a Facebook question right now from Colleen.
Okay, let me take a look at that. What's the question, Rich?
My question, when you do Facebook ads, what is a good backup plan to have in place if your page gets shut down?
Ooh, that's a good question. All right. So if you lose your page, what do you do as a backup plan? Now, let me think about this for a minute because, it has occurred to us that we've been flagged when we started doing like campaigns. You remember that, Rich, long ago?
Yeah, we did some like ads. We did some like ads campaigns.
We did do that.
We
Yep.
did post engagement ads. We did also lead ad campaigns.
Yes.
And that was going good for a while.
Yes.
And
yes.
what really bothered me is that we're running this ad campaign for a few months,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a lead ad campaign. And what I did was I wanted to do some split testing on that ad, what you're supposed to do.
Yes.
And what I did was I didn't change the ad, I changed the demographics. I changed the actual targeting.
Mm-hmm.
And when I actually gave it for review, I don't see why it wouldn't get approved. They didn't approve it. And after running the ad for months, and then I did a split test and I just kept everything the same, only changed the targeting, and they actually disapproved it and then flagged the account as spam and all this kind of stuff, which a lead ad campaign is hard to really be flagged as spam. Okay. So it just really boggles my mind how these people choose, what to accept for an ad platform, to run ads or not.
Right.
Because what they'll do is you'll get accepted,
Yes.
and you'll run some ads for a while, and you can have some Joe Schmo who's just in a bad mood, right?
It happens.
And they just won't approve your ad.
Yeah.
Right? Because they don't like it personally, not by the guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, they can give you some trouble. So,
but my recommendation, Rich, would be as a backup plan is never stop building your tribe, because even if you were to lose a Facebook fan page, like honestly, a lot of people make the big bucks not from their fan page unless they're actually a physical business and they have a physical like store hours and everything, and that's 100%. They have a merchant account and they sell through the Facebook. But if you're an affiliate marketer, you're just building up your brand and that's all you're doing, I would highly recommend never stop building your tribe and focus on building your Facebook group and keep adding and adding to the group. This is how we've done it. Because we do have a fan page and we like to use it for branding purposes, but we really make a lot of the bulk of our sales with our Facebook groups. That's how we're able to monetize.
Facebook group, the profile.
Yes, the profile. Yes. So that would be the backup plan. Never stop building your audience, never stop engaging, and never stop trying to sell to your audience as well, because you're running a business. And a lot of people frown upon, oh, well, if I lose my account, that's it. It's over. Oh my God, just make another fan page if that's the case and go for it again, never stop. Don't let these people try to stop you from building your business and changing your life. We have been through the gauntlet. We have been shut down. We lost a lot of accounts. And what happened? We came right back on top. So never stop. And don't let anyone try to control.
Oh God, I think,
including Facebook.
As far as YouTube, I think this is my 4th YouTube channel.
Yeah, because you were a partner.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden,
Long time ago.
Boom, because you used the music.
Yep.
And the kids sold the company to Google. That's when things started going like wacky, and now they don't allow you to do it.
It went downhill,
It went downhill from that.
Now it's all corporate. Yeah, now it's all corporate.
It's all corporate now, right? So that's what you're fighting up against. But don't let it try to control you. There's always a way, and you can always go through those loopholes and utilize your profile and your Facebook group.
And really, the name of the game is building the relationship.
Yes.
That's really the key.
Absolutely.
If you focus on building relationships, you'll get paid.
Yes.
Yep.
More questions coming in, guys. Here we go. Rich, read them to me. What we got? Next question.
Let's see. David William Tubby says, since Click Magic is, hold on.
I think it was John O'Brien's the next
moved.
question.
This is one shows on my end. So question is, Clip Magic is more expensive. What is the comparable, less expensive tracking software? I'm glad you asked that because I was actually going to do some research over the weekend on finding out other alternatives, because I know that QLiker and Clip Magic raised their prices on their software.
They did.
So there's probably something else out there, I would imagine. There's always a competitor coming on the scene to try to undercut, the big dogs that have been around for a while. But it's a shame. They should have kept the same price, but it is what it is. But we got to try to find an alternative. If not, we got to use what we got.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
All right. What's our next question that we missed?
Was it John O'Brien? He says, was video a hassle for you when you started? Absolutely was. In the very beginning, I'm not going to lie, it was tough because we're not used to doing that kind of thing. Like you go look at this big old Cyclops window on your webcam and then you freeze.
Well,
that was in the very beginning. We were all nervous and we were like, what are we going to talk about today?
Yeah, but it's honestly, people think that, I think people get nervous about video because they think that when they start video, there's going to be like this whole bunch of people watching like a huge crowd, like hovering over your screen, like, hey, I'm watching you. You better do this right. You know what I mean? And the reality is you'd be lucky if you get one viewer in the beginning. Right. So
yes, true.
This is why I think it's a misconception what people think about video. Video, it grows over time. And what's good about it, I'm glad that it is like that, because you don't want to just start video and have a whole bunch of people watching. You're like, oh my God.
No. And
you're just getting started, right? Yeah. You suck, right? Because you're going to suck in the beginning. Everybody does.
You will.
But like anything else, when you keep doing something over and over and over, it gets more comfortable, right? So, for me, my first video, I was petrified. And my mentor was like, you're doing great, Rich. You got a lot of potential. You're doing awesome. You're a natural. And I'm like, what? I'm like, suck. What are you talking about? But the funny thing is, she said, just keep going. Just keep going. So we started out by doing the top 10 videos of online marketing frustrations.
Yes.
And what that did was it actually got me out of my shell. And I didn't really care about who was watching. It was about me talking about a topic that I was frustrated, right, about marketing. Because one of my frustrations was generating leads in the very beginning when I first started. I didn't even know how to generate leads, right, because I was new. And I would talk about that and be like, in this video, I'm going to talk about like how I'm so frustrated about generating leads. I can't tell you, I can't generate any leads for the life of me. And I was more comfortable because it was something that I was frustrated about.
Yeah.
Normally, it's a lot easier to talk about something you're frustrated, right? And it'll help you really get yourself out there and things like that. But it doesn't have to be that topic. It could be like any topic, right?
Yeah.
Like in the next, in the next week of videos, like this, the next 7 days of videos, you can start just talking about 10 topics, right? Just to get out there and start talking about it. And what'll happen is you'll start getting better day by day naturally, right?
Yeah.
You just can't care. You have to stop caring
Stop worrying about what other people think.
Are going to think about you and all that kind of stuff, because it really doesn't matter.
Absolutely true. Stop worrying about what other people think. In the very beginning, it is supposed to be uncomfortable. Listen, guys, if you're not uncomfortable, then you obviously, everything is smooth sailing for you. Everything seems to roll easy with you. It wasn't like that when you first walked. You had to crawl before you walked. So that's how it is when it comes to video marketing. When you start learning video marketing, in the very beginning, it's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows. It's not going to be easy. You will have tech trouble. You'll have headaches. You'll deal with all kinds of stuff. But you know what? The key here is to understand what is the goal, keep your eye on the prize, and don't worry about all those other things and get emotionally attached to the disappointments that are going to happen in that, that progress. You're moving in progress, right? So in the very beginning, try to do things day by day. We have one of our top students, Adam Shelton, who's amazing at video marketing right now, and he's doing phenomenal. But when he first started, he was starting with imperfect action. He didn't have everything together. He did not have a plan of action. He did not have a consistent schedule. Everything was just starting from the ground up. And he had to focus on a 90-day action plan to stay consistent, to do one video a day for 90 days. And once he got through his 90 days, he started learning through every single video that he created how to get better and better, because what was he doing? He was critiquing himself. And he saw each
Yes.
video, and he would get one video better than the day before, next video the day before, and he would improve each and every single day for the next 90 days. Well, lo and behold, fast forward 365 days later, think about this, he was consistent for a whole year. And he kept that consistency, and he stayed consistent with that. And that's why he has the types of results that he has in his YouTube channel. We couldn't be more proud of our student, Adam
Oh,
Shelton.
absolutely. Let's see here. We got Richard Osborne says, yeah, when I do a video, I think that they might not understand me, or I will do a video if I know they can understand me. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, I mean, I think it's more that you haven't really formulated your own style yet, right? You haven't formulated your own formula, right? And what you can do in the very beginning, like my mentor told me, model after someone and then put your own voice and mix into it, right? Because what happens is we start to become more natural when we already model after something that's already structured. We have no structure when we first get started. We're like all over the place. We're trying to figure out, like, what do I say? What do I talk about? You know what I mean? So it's like you have no formula, you have no style, you have no structure in your video. But if you follow someone and you see like they got structure, you can create that structure for yourself as well. And then what you're going to find is you're going to start seeing other videos out there. They're like, you know what? That structure sounds like the other structure I saw the other day, because it's a formula, right? And the more you see that as a formula, the more you can start comprehending it and actually doing it yourself, right? Don't beat yourself up and say, well, I don't know if they're going to understand me. The reality is they are going to understand you, okay? Because they're going to understand who you are, right? Once you're comfortable in your own shoes, they're going to be comfortable with you. It's not about, wondering if they're going to understand you. It's more like, do I understand myself, right? If you can understand yourself a little bit better, they're going to understand you with no problem. Because I think what you're doing is you're over concerned, you're over worrying about all these little things that really do not mean anything. Because over time, you're going to perfect that. You're going to get even better. You're going to improve. You're going to grow. But in order for you to grow as an entrepreneur, as that leader, as the alpha, as the person who people look for to follow, because people follow leaders, right? They don't follow followers, they follow leaders, right? You have to elevate yourself to that alpha state and say, screw it, I'm just going to do it. I don't even care. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that screw it mentality. Once you say screw it and you just do it, and it doesn't matter, you start improving. It's really weird, but that's what happens. When people really care too much, like, oh, I don't know what this person thinks of me, or what they're going to say about me, or I'm going to get hated, right? Who cares? Who cares? Once you stop caring, that's when your business starts growing. Because a leader doesn't care about what you think, right? A leader doesn't care about what anybody else thinks. A leader only cares about how can that person serve? How can I serve? How can I get better at serving? Regardless of what anybody thinks about me, I can care less. And then what you're going to see is you're going to start forming your own tribe, your own, group of people that are going to start following you, because they're going to like you, because they're going to look at you like, you know what, this guy had the courage to do something that I'm not willing to do yet. But because of you having the courage, they look up to you, and then they go, you know what? I feel like I can do this now. I feel like I can take that first step. But the only reason they feel like they can take the first step is because they saw you take the first step, and they saw you give them wisdom. You see, people are waiting for you out there right now. You just don't even know it yet, because you never allowed yourself to be that person that you want to become. It's screaming inside. It's screaming inside to come out, that leader, that person that people want to follow. You just haven't trusted yourself enough yet.
Exactly. And the other thing I want to add on top of that, Rich, is when someone feels like the audience can't understand them, or they feel that they're going to mess up, I'm going to touch on the I'll mess up part. I can relate totally to that. And I learned from this when, what happens when you think you're going to mess up. It's because you don't know enough information about what you're trying to convey to your audience. And that's because you haven't done enough homework. You haven't done enough study. You haven't done enough research to be the marketer that you are. And that requires time. You have to invest your learning hour and spend time with the topic that you're going to be talking about. When you are going to produce content, I don't care if it's written, if it's in a podcast, if it's on a YouTube, it doesn't matter if it's on TikTok. You must know a little bit, just enough about the topic, well enough to talk about it. And then if you have trouble conveying that information in an understandable way, then you might need to learn how to work more on your communication skills, because people who very much start out in video marketing tend to talk really fast in the very beginning. Okay. Compared to the people who actually are scared and frightened and they talk very slow. Okay.
Well, it depends on the person though, because there's people that are scared.
Yeah.
That will talk in slow.
They'll talk really
motion,
slow, like at a soft
right?
pace. And
But
then there's ones that are so excited, they want to get it all out in one shot, and they talk really, really fast.
Really fast.
You have to learn communication skills to how to control that. And how does that work? Through a 90-day challenge. That's right. You need to start with your first 30 days and start challenging yourself. You're going to do imperfect action and do 30 videos for 1 video a day, and start going through that process and go through the mess ups and the setbacks and everything. Go through all of it. Go through it all for the first 30 days, and then start fine tuning your language, and your communication skills will start to develop.
Absolutely. You just muted yourself.
Did I?
I think so.
No, I'm fine.
Okay. You just started talking with a delay.
No, I stopped.
Okay, good. All right.
All right,
let's see here.
next, great advice, Rich. Dione, yes. And speaking of, Adam Shelton says, let's go. All love. Hello, Adam.
Look at that.
Welcome to the hot seat, Adam. Great
Awesome,
to have
man. Good to see you,
Thanks for
Adam.
stopping by. Let's see. Dione says, I'm over worrying.
Oh, we all do.
Yeah.
We all do. Now,
I worry too.
we gotta be transparent here, because we've been consulting for a company, and we've been really busy, and it's been taking a lot of our time up, that we haven't done videos on our channel in a little while, almost a year to be exact. And we talk about creating videos and things like that.
Right.
But now that we finished the project with this company,
we can get the focus.
we've been going back to doing our videos again.
Yes.
And it's working out great. And just from going back, already we started generating leads.
Yeah.
Already started generating leads from just going back and doing the videos where we left off. So, I mean, video can be very, very powerful, because it is the closest thing to being in person, having a conversation with somebody.
Yes.
Very powerful.
Yes.
By doing live like this, or, doing recorded videos, right? Combining it with your autoresponder. Think about that. Think about combining your video content with your emails. How cool is that? You just took your email marketing level to a whole new stratosphere. Took it to a whole new stratosphere. So, all right, let's see. Diane says, it feels harder than I thought. It always does. It always does. Let's see. Diane says, great advice, Rich. John O'Brien, indeed, who cares? Exactly. Who cares?
Who cares what people think?
Just
do the darn thing. Remember, don't try to let other people's opinions try to pay your bills. It don't work.
Hey, Richard Osborne says, yeah, that's me.
That's right. Candace knows.
Richard Osborne says, yes, yeah, that's me. I talk real fast. My words blend in with each other. So do mine.
Yeah. I bit my cheek doing YouTube videos.
Yeah, hey.
I talk so fast because I got big cheeks, and it's just genetics. I end up biting my cheek because I talk real fast. And not only that, but right, Rich, I'm from Jersey, so we talk kind of fast.
Yeah, but like I said, like my words are imperfect. How come I can create video content? How come H can create video content?
Yeah.
We can generate leads. We can make sales through our videos, right? And our words are not perfect. This hot seat's not perfect. It's not meant to be perfect. It's meant to be real. That's why this is the hot seat. We put the questions on the hot seat. We put the topic on the hot seat, right? Because it's just real. And people can relate to things that are less polished, and they want things to be real.
And you know what? You could take a cue from our playbook, from the way we're doing it, and start modeling after it, and do the same for your own branding.
Absolutely.
You can start answering people's questions. You can start getting to know your audience a little bit more better. But I highly recommend, do not shy away from doing what is necessary for you to change your life and change your income. You know, we do a lot of trainings, like we said we do, and we take people from all different walks of life. And these people are incredible beings. They have so much potential.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, the thing about potential, it's still a work in progress, because people are responsible for their own results. They're responsible for their own success. If you fail, the only reason to your demise is because your mindset is not right and you jacked it up by setting yourself back with all the limitations and the limiting beliefs that you had about yourself. That's called self-sabotage.
Yes.
And I could relate to that, because that's the reason why I invested into Jeffrey Combs coaching, to learn why I kept doing this for myself. And that was a couple of years ago. I was dealing with my own setbacks. You know, you got to keep in mind, I lost my father. Rich lost his father. We both lost our parents. And our dads are like really like our closest relatives, right? Our fathers.
I think that's the first time I stopped working.
Me too.
Like on the business.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've been sick. We've gotten flus.
I mean, guys,
You know what I
we did
mean? Like,
videos when we were on a gurney in the emergency room.
yeah,
with
like
the
we
flu.
were still working.
Yeah.
But I think when we lost our dads,
Yeah.
that's the first time that I completely just shut down.
Me too.
You know, I needed that time.
And you know what? If it wasn't for the investment of hiring our coaches, and I mean real coaches, not salesmen, not people who read scripts and try to close sales for you. I'm talking about a real freaking coach that actually really knows how to transform your mindset from a broke mentality to a growth mentality. Literally, they picked up on those signs and they said, Ace and Rich, get back on that horse and start riding again. Do not stop. And that's what it is. We are unstoppable. We will not stop. We will not quit to our last dying breath. That's how committed we are to our business, because this is all you got. This is all. If we hadn't done, we had done and let those things stop us, people dying around us, people getting sick, accidents happen. I mean, stuff happens. Life happens to you.
You're not guaranteed. Yeah, you're not guaranteed tomorrow.
We saw it differently. Rich and I, we've done a lot of personal development, and we said life doesn't happen to you. Life happens for you. See, when you switch the perspective from the to the for you, now it becomes a must. Now you got to do it. There's no other ifs, ands, or buts. Agreed. Because it's either that or you're going back to work wearing a mask for 40 hours a week to 60 hours a week, staring at somebody's butt, okay, making them feel great for themselves while you feel like crap working in a cubicle, and they're fulfilling their dreams and taking vacations. And I don't have to deal
with drama anymore. Hello? In the corporate world, I don't have to deal with the drama. You know?
Hey, don't have to. You don't have to. It's up to you. If it has to be, it's up to me. Exactly, John O'Brien. I love it. That's exactly it. If it's up to me, it's up to me. I love it. Yes. Meant to be is up to me.
It's up to me.
That's true.
Exactly.
You're the one responsible for your results. You know, my son, he hates failure, you know, and he's autistic. He hates failure. But I said, son, let me tell you something. You see that shovel? If you created a problem, you still holding that shovel, you dug that hole, you use the same shovel to get the hell out of it. That's how you get out of your problem. Because you cannot, guys, you cannot blame affiliate marketing or this person or that. Stop pointing fingers. Turn it inward.
Yeah.
You're the one that has to take responsibility. And that's a tough pill to swallow.
It is. It is a very tough pill to swallow. Let me tell you, because I remember, you know, getting started in the very beginning. And I didn't want to take responsibility. I was just you know, a metalhead, you know, playing on stage, having a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Didn't want no responsibility. You know what I mean? And, you know, yeah, I was living the dream. I was touring. That was fun and everything. But, you know, I knew it wasn't going to last. And it didn't. And I had to really think about, like, what do I really want for my future? And I knew I wanted something more. And that required me to look inside myself and say, what can you do? And then one day I watched a video. Look at that. One day I watched a video on YouTube. I got attracted to it. And from that video, it changed my whole life completely. And if I never watched that video, let's say I never watched that video, I would never be in this position. I would never be here right now. I probably would never met you.
No.
Right? Because everything leads up. It's all connected.
It's true.
Right?
You know, it's funny you said that, because in the 90-day video challenge you put me on when we first met, and Robert introduced us to, I never really could finish the 90-day because we were just meeting up. We met in the middle of the 90-day challenge. I was talking about the 10 things that frustrate me when it comes to marketing on network marketing and MLM.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember
on
that.
my own channel.
I remember
That
that.
was fun. Dio says, at what point do I start sending out autoresponders? Do I have to be really good at it at first? Nobody's really good at sending out autoresponders, not even me. I'll tell
No,
you.
no,
In the
no.
very beginning, no.
When you first start, you're just learning the motions. You're learning how to create
Yeah.
the email.
Mhm.
You know, you're learning how to broadcast, things like that. You know, it's like for you where you are right now, because I know that we help you and stuff like that. You want to focus on the one thing right now. The one thing is just sending out emails,
Yes.
nothing else. And once you get that, then we can talk about like other strategies, right? But you just got to get that one simple thing down. Once you do that one simple thing by broadcasting your emails out daily, you're going to be able to really get in a groove where it's going to become second nature. And then you're going to be like, okay, I'm ready to learn some new strategies. Okay. And that's the way it works. You never want to bombard yourself with so many things at one time. For anybody, for that matter, doesn't want that to happen because you will get overwhelmed,
You will.
and you will get confused, and you'll get frustrated. Right.
Yes.
But the way that we're teaching you is to avoid that, to avoid the overwhelm, to really focus on the activities at hand. So that way the activity starts making sense to you. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Let's see here. Cool. Yeah. Well, thank you.
You're welcome,
Awesome.
John. Good advice, Rich. Hello. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, guys, you know, it really all it boils down to, and I learned this from a system I was a part of back in the day. I mean, like even in 2008 to 2009, you know, I was part of a system that taught me 3 basic concepts. They told me about build, engage, and sell.
That's it.
And I'm like, okay, so I build and engage
Mm-hmm.
and sell.
Yes.
But each block, think about the ABC. I'm building. What am I building? I'm building an audience. I'm building an audience on YouTube.
Mhm.
Hello, YouTube. I'm building an audience on Facebook. Hey guys, on Facebook, how you doing? Right? I'm building an audience wherever I have content on. Whatever ads I run, I'm always thinking about building. That's my first step. That's letter A. Letter B, I'm focusing on the engagement. Well, if I'm building something, how do I engage? How do I connect? Right? So you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
these are simple steps that you can follow every block. Remember, ABC building block.
Yes.
Every block has a set of skill sets to teach you how to really combat the ABCs, right?
Yes.
So now that we know the second part is engaging, we learn to engage. It's awesome because we know how to connect. How do we connect? We learn skill sets, but we take those skill sets and we share the knowledge, right? We give that value by sharing that knowledge.
Yes.
And then when you do that, the selling becomes more effortless. You see, the problem is people like to go to the C right away. They want to sell. Like, I got to sell. I gotta make money. I got to sell. But they're forgetting about the other 2 steps. Well, I can't sell unless I build something first. And I can't really sell unless I know how to engage with these people that I'm building, right? You see what I'm saying? It all goes together. It's a process. And once you get those basic building blocks down, you can learn advanced tactics, right? But it always, no matter how advanced you get, you never, ever, ever get away from those 3 basic concepts. Because I can do advanced, you know, stuff like mad, right? Because all the experience I have. But I still have to build. I still have to create engagement. And I still have to sell. So if I'm not really focusing on that, no matter how advanced I get, the results are not going to come in. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just makes sense. So
Richard says, Richard, it says, yeah, I want to make a YouTube video if my speech is right.
just do it.
Just do it
Screw
anyway.
it, man.
You know, we have.
It's like, hey, what's up?
we
My
have-
name is Richard Osborne. Thank you so much for stopping by my video today.
Yeah,
You know what?
well, Rich, hold
First
up.
of all,
hold up.
I
Wait,
might screw up.
Rich,
What?
it's not like that because some people have a speech impediment, and that's what I
No,
was getting to.
I was getting to that too.
I know, but I want to talk about this though, but I'm not done yet. I want to talk about the speech impediment because I've spoken to Richard on the phone once. And I understand what you're talking about, Richard, but see, this is the mindset issue that you have. And what I was going to tell you is I want you to be inspired by the people that you do watch that don't speak properly, like people who actually have a stutter when they speak, like yet you see them still making their first 5 figures. Okay, their first 5 figures. Just because you have problems with your speech should not hinder you from taking imperfect action. That's what we mean by taking imperfect action. No matter what flaws you have,
Yeah, man.
do it anyway.
Yeah, just do it.
Now, Rich, you can go ahead.
Yeah, just do it. Just say, hi, my name is Richard Osborne. I want to thank you, for, so much for stopping by my video today. I just screwed up. Who cares, right? You see? Hi, my name is Richard Osborne. Thank you so much for stopping by my video today. In today's video, I'm going to talk about something, but let me warn you, if my speech gets messed up, I'm just letting you know I'm keeping it real. You know what I mean? Like, just be real with people. And it's okay if you screw up. It's okay if your speech is not perfect. It doesn't matter.
Ooh,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
Then you start talking about the content. And before you know it, the video's done. You were like, wow, that was it? That was pretty quick, right? And then you're going to ask yourself, what was I worried about? You see, we create all these associations in our brain. Here's the mindset stuff now. We create all these associations in our brain because we're so stuck in a past event, right? That past event always keeps us stuck. Why? Because it's the past. But why does the past really matter? Because it keeps you stuck in the present. And that sucks. It really does. But if you are aware of those past events that are keeping you stuck, then you can get unstuck by realizing the power and the potential of being in the present moment. You guys get that? See, the present is amazing because anything could happen in the present in real time. You can make a decision and completely alter your destiny. But in the past, you can't do that because it's already happened. And there's nothing that you can do about it. Nothing. If your parents treated you like crap, doesn't matter. It's already done and dusted. But you hang on to things that affects you in the present moment, right? That's the reason why you get held back, right? I mean, maybe somebody told you a long time ago that, well, hey, Rich, you kind of talk kind of funny. Hey, Rich, your speech is kind of weird. Hey, Rich, you're kind of weird, right? And all that stuff goes in your subconscious mind. So whenever consciously you try to come out, the subconscious thoughts from a past event is what keeps you stuck from moving forward. That's with everything in life. And one of the biggest things I've learned over the years is understanding how powerful the present moment can be for all of us. Because did you know that one day could alter your destiny for the rest of your life? Because one day could lead to the next day, and that day leads to the next day, and then that day leads to the next day. And before you know it, you have 21 days that have passed. It takes 21 days to form a new habit. And then it's 30 days, and then it's 60 days, and then it's 90 days. And then you're able to look back and go, look at how far I've come. I don't recognize myself anymore because you let a past event go finally. And then you were finally living in the present moment and you realized you were ready for something new. And then you discover that the future was speculative. The future is not even here yet. Why worry about what may or may not happen?
Right.
When you can control the present moment, like right now.
Exactly.
And when you wake up tomorrow, you're going to wake up in the present moment again. What are you going to do? Think about what happened yesterday? Who cares? You made a video yesterday. You're not happy. You were embarrassed. Who cares? And you know what? Tomorrow becomes the new present moment and you say, what can I do today?
Yes.
That I don't have to do what I did yesterday. Because all that matters is the moment and right now. All the things that you've heard in the past. Listen, I used to get picked on when I was a kid all the time. They used to call me like Ethiopian rich, right? Because I was always skinny. I always have a fast metabolism. I'm always skinny, right? And now, I have a stomach problem. And not even that prevents me now from, gaining a lot of weight like normal people, right? But does it bother me? No, I don't let that stuff bother me. Now, in the past, I used to get picked on like how skinny I was. I used to have a bodybuilding friend. His name was Jesse. And he used to tell me, it's like, he used to laugh at me with his girlfriend. And that made me feel really, really bad, And did those things affect me in the future? Absolutely. But when I realized that I need to love myself more than what everybody thinks about me, and if I could love myself more and be a little selfish for once about me, then I know people will respect me more because it matters how I feel about myself, not what anybody else feels about me. And that's when you become that leader. That's when you make that decision for yourself and say, you know what? It doesn't matter what anybody ever said about me in the past. It doesn't matter what anybody ever, insulted me, whatever they said about me. What matters is like how I feel about myself right now in this present moment. So how can I change starting today? Because what happened yesterday doesn't matter anymore. I haven't seen Jesse in over 20 years. You get what I'm saying? Like, if I would let that affect me, I would never be, where I am today. I wouldn't, talk on stage. I wouldn't mentor thousands of people over the years. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's when you make that decision and you say, this is the person that I want to become right now in this present moment to map out and paint my future, because the future's not here yet. Understand?
Yeah. So Dione says it's mainly because of being charged and worrying about income. Listen, you're building a business, hon. And this goes for everyone who actually is dealing with the same worry. In the very beginning, we were homeless. We were living in a Motel 6. Okay. We can't duplicate that all over again because we're telling you what started. But we never forgot where we came from.
Yep.
And I'll tell you this. Those times were the roughest times. They were the darkest days. We didn't know where we're going to be in the next 5 years ourselves. And you know what? What we did was every sacrifice you could think of so that we could actually go and propel forward. If we were in a Motel 6, the solution to that problem was to get out of the Motel 6 and find our own place. Once we got our own place, there was no furniture. There was absolutely no place to sit. We had to sit like, Japanese people on the floor with the carpet. Okay. And on top of that, we had no money for the heating because the heating didn't get started and we lived in the cold state of Massachusetts.
And then we got a couch. Hold on. And then we got a couch.
Yeah. Little by little, we started moving around.
And then we got sick of the couch and it made us lazy and we threw it out.
No, wait a second. I'm going to tell them the couch story. You guys ready for this? Dione, you're going to freaking laugh your butt off. So here's the thing, right? We got sick of the couch so much, okay, that we had to remove the couch. So what we had done was we called the management of the condo apartment that we were living in, and we wanted to get the couch out. So what happened was they were going to come over and help us get the couch out. However, the doorway was too small to get the couch through. The first time the couch was delivered was through the window. But because the new management took over, those lazy asses didn't want to open up the window. So Rich took a hammer and he literally chopped up the couch. Like he went all Medea all over the couch. Instead of with a chainsaw, he took the hammer and he busted up the couch. And I'm seeing him whacking this thing and beating it up until the whole couch just like came into like little piles of wood. And then Rich grabbed that shit and brought it out piece by piece. And he was like, "Hun, grab the leg, grab the arm. Let's go and let's put it in the back and dump it in the dumpster." Now we don't have a couch. Now we got more space to put our desk and computers.
we took our living room and turned it into a studio.
Yes,
for our business.
That's what we did. Yes,
right? And that catapulted our income to a whole new level.
Sure did.
Because we got so focused. Because what was happening is we were binge watching like what the Korean shows.
We were binge watching the Korean drama. Yeah, K-dramas.
Yeah.
We were watching K-dramas. Yeah.
All the way to like 6 a.m. with crack of dawn. and I'm like, I can't do this. I said, I'm getting rid of this couch.
Yeah.
And we got rid of the couch. And we just got stuck. Like we're like, we're not having this.
Nope.
And we ordered some new desks, stand-up desks. We got some chairs.
Yes.
Created a studio, backdrop, everything.
Yes.
And we're like, we're out.
We're done.
This is out. Get out of here.
Yeah.
And, it's funny because it was a big pink glass and the old management just put some suction cups, popped it right out, put the new couch in. We were good to go. And then the new management didn't want to do it. I'm like, okay. I tore apart this couch and I dragged it in pieces out the house. In the dumpster.
I remember that. Oh my God. I'll never forget it.
That was a job and a half, but it was worth it.
It was a job and a half, but it was the funniest thing because it's like you were getting all your frustration out and you were just whacking that couch. You were like, hun, grab an arm, grab a leg. Let's go. Let's get it to the dumpster.
Let's get this out of here.
But I'll tell you though, stop worrying about spending money to run your business. Listen, you're going to need every single piece, every single tool, every single software in your marketing war chest. You ever heard Ace and Rich talk about this? Listen to us on the hot seat. You need a marketing war chest. You need to get your business up and running and fully functional. Don't try to buy every single thing that you think can run your business.
Yeah.
Make sure you have the right mentorship and coaching and guidance to say, what do you need?
And
what do you need?
And I want you to think about this, okay? An online business does not require that much investment as far as tools.
It doesn't.
Versus a brick and mortar.
Yes.
I want you to think about that. We're very lucky. We're very fortunate to have low overhead when it comes to this business.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's true.
Think about that. And then you'll think about like, well, you know what? I'm not so bad after all.
It's not so bad after all.
If you knew what people spend on brick and mortar,
yes,
you'd be like, I don't even know how they run a business.
Exactly. Yeah. But if you're constantly worrying what is coming in versus what is going out, then you've got a serious problem that you must overcome. And let me tell you something, worrying about the bills is not going to change anything, right?
Listen, the bills are always going to come regardless.
Yeah. If you got residual bills, like Rich said, you're going to need residual income.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. No, it's true. It's true. You know what I mean? It's going to happen, right? It don't matter how much money you make.
No.
The bills are always going to come in. And, wealthy people, they have wealthy problems.
More money, more problems. Yeah.
So it doesn't change, right? It just means that it is what it is.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't worry about money as much as I used to in the past. And not because I'm making more. That's not the reason why.
No.
I don't worry about it psychologically anymore. Right. Because I got better things to think about than worry about the money situation. Right. When I used to worry about money, I had no money. When I stopped worrying about money, money just comes in. Oh, it's just the way it works.
That's how it works.
And I heard this before a long time ago. And I was like, man, you guys are full of shit.
And this is
why.
why.
But no, when it started happening, and I started realizing I need to stop worrying about money. I need to start, because the more I worry, I'm just like pushing it away. It's like fear-based, right? Again, caused by what? A past event.
And it'll keep your butt broke.
Yes.
If you're always worrying and scared of taking chances, take a freaking chance. You've never done this before. Take that chance.
Yes.
What's the worst that can happen? Oh, you become successful.
Yeah. we coached someone.
Yeah.
And I was talking to her, and I told her, I said, why do you feel that you can't teach anybody something from what you learned so far with our coaching program? This person felt they weren't good enough, and it was because of past event. Made her feel small, made her feel like I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough. And you know what I told her? I said, I think you're bullshitting yourself. You're just, you are self-sabotaging your results because you think you're not good enough.
That's right.
And well, I see other people do it, but I don't know if that's me. You know what I mean? Who cares what they're doing? What are you doing? What do you think about yourself? Now, lean on my belief why you don't have the belief yet. I'll be the belief for you while you're gaining your belief. Here's what I think. I think you can start coaching right now. What? Really? Yes, really. What you've done so far, I believe that you can go out there and you could charge and you could coach and you can start creating some capital and start building your business and start making it happen. And guess what? She started doing that. All because All because of belief.
That's all it takes, baby.
Again, video,
Yes.
belief.
Yes.
I believe my speech is not good enough for me to do a video. You are creating an association in your brain about a false belief. You think that that's going to hurt you, and in fact, it might actually help you.
Let me chime in here on a couple of the comments that are coming in on the hot seat. We're live on the hot seat, guys. And if you guys are enjoying this, smash those hearts, show us some emoji love, because here's the thing, people are not talked to like this, and they attend different types of webinars and different type of rooms that have chat rooms and different, communities, but there's not as lively as this.
Thank you for the hearts, guys.
Thank you so much.
Love
this
the hearts.
Really keeps this going, right? Diane says, you guys are the best. John O'Brien says, did a brick and mortar, endless money going out, and it was hard. Candace says, it's a mindset thing about money. It is. Richard says, yeah, like
money
step
mindset.
out in faith and take a chance. I love that. Yes. Step out in faith, take a chance. Albie says, I love your talk. Thank you for being here, Albie. Welcome to the hot seat.
Thank you.
Yes.
Our coach has a book called More Heart Than Talent. And what really beats out talent is heart, right? You guys are all here in the present moment.
Yes.
How does your heart feel about seeing results that are not there yet? How does your heart feel about that, right? Whenever I want to get a result, right? Whenever I want to achieve something, I feel it in my heart first, right? This is what we're talking about, elevating that why.
Yes.
I feel it in my heart first. And once I see something, I go after it. That's it. It's over. I'm going after it. And I don't mean money. I mean result. Different levels, accomplishments, goals.
Yes.
Right? If something's got to get completed, something's got to get done. You have to really hold yourself accountable on those things. You got to take a chance. If you don't take a chance, you're going to go to your grave safely. And you're going to have the biggest regrets. Right? There's a saying about, I think you know this saying, about people in the graveyard have the most dreams or something.
Oh, there are people that are actually in their graves with their songs still left unsung within them.
Yeah. And that's sad.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad because they didn't have the courage.
Yeah.
And that courage was what held them back from their old past events.
Mm-hmm.
And 9 times out of 10 had nothing to do with them.
Had nothing to do with it. Yes. Diane says, I see what you mean. Patty Dowd, welcome. New friend
Patty.
Here. Patty Dowd says, wow, things you are talking about are so true. They are. And that's what I'm saying here on the hot seat. We are live, uncensored, and we are letting it out. I'm telling you, we all as marketers and entrepreneurs need to come clean with the reality of building a business. And a lot of people out there, the gurus, like to literally sugarcoat, and they sugarcoat it just for two reasons. One is for their own reasoning for what they want.
Their own benefit.
And their second thing is all about not caring about you. You are just a number to them. And it's unfortunate. And you know what? Ace and Rich doesn't stand for that. What we do is we take the time. I would rather have, and I was told by a guru one time saying, oh, you only have a few people. I have thousands of people on my lives. I'm like, wonderful, good for you. And how many of them do you know by name? How many of them do you know by, their relationship with you?
And
how long have you been talking to them? Did you ever dine with them, have a conversation for real? Cup of coffee, maybe chatted on a Zoom? No, maybe not. I would rather have less than 1,000 people, less than 1 million people, who is a small crowd that I can literally contain and communicate and stay in friendship with, than to be with the rest of people who actually are not getting the attention that they deserve. And that is the reason why people still contact us and let us know, Ace and Rich, I want to work with you. Yes. I want you to coach me, Ace. I want you to coach me, Rich. Help me with my email marketing. Help me with my social networking, Ace. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say it.
Because no one's taking the time.
Help me.
No one's taking the time.
No one's taking the time. Well, they'll take your money. They'll freaking take your money, but they won't give you their time.
Maybe a little bit. Just a little bit. Right?
Yeah. We got to keep this thing real.
Well, that's what the hot seat is. It's real.
It's all about that.
It's real.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, like I was saying, I mean, you really got to make that decision. In the present moment, you really got to make that decisions and really realize that anything that's ever happened to you has nothing to do with present moment.
No.
It's always a past event. And people worry about what's going to happen in the future.
Yes.
The future is speculative. We don't know what's going to happen. All we can do is control the present. That's
Yes.
all we can do. And if you can stay there and you can realize it, it's great power. It's your own power that you have.
But with great power, like my favorite comic book creator, Stan Lee says, comes great responsibility. And you are responsible for everything that you do. And if you don't want to take responsibility for that, then you are headed down a deep, dark road. I'm telling you right now. If you would just like pull aside your ego and pull the mask down and get it away for a minute, put that stuff aside. Your ego is not going to make you rich. Your ego is going to keep you broke.
Diane says, not giving up, just used to being stressed since my life change after my brain surgery. Now, you are going through a serious challenge, right? And I think what I want you to start focusing on more is how do you feel as far as, yourself by taking the action? There's somebody out there just like you who are not willing to do what you're doing right now. This is where we have to really look at life from that perspective, from different things, right? Like I deal with my, health problem that I have, that sometimes, Ace knows, sometimes I'm really, really tired and I can't function sometimes, right? I had exploratory surgery to figure out what was going on. And,
Yes.
we finally, found the problem and everything. And,
Yes.
and we all go through challenges, but we must always love ourselves and appreciate our strengths, and our desires and our dreams and our beliefs, no matter what challenges lie ahead of us or what challenges we're dealing with in the present moment as well. Because like I said, when you're in the present moment, if you are going through a challenge, okay, it did happen from a past event, right? My problem happened from a past event. Your problem happened from a past event. We can't change the past of what happened. And I know what you're thinking because I think the same thing. I wish that never happened, or I wish I never did that, or I wish I never did this a certain way, or we start to blame ourselves, and that's where the guilt starts coming in, and that's where we feel like we're not good enough, and that hurts us in the present moment because that's what we're thinking about in the present moment when we just don't feel right. But I'm gonna tell you, like what I do, and maybe Dial, this will help you, is that always look at the present moment of what you can do now to make yourself feel fulfilled and feel good inside. You see, again, people worry about like the money worries, the finances, when they're not worried about like, how can I be better today? How can I be better right now in the present moment? Because if you really focus on that, everything else will start to follow and these bricks will start layering up, right? It's like I was telling Ace today about going up a mountain. I said, I remember when I first started working with you, I felt like I had to grab your butt and I had to push it up to the next level, right? Because, you were hard to work with because the mindset, right? And as I'm pushing her up to the next level, her foot keeps slipping off that level over and over and over. And I told her, I said, I just want you to just put your foot on there and just plant it on that next level of the mountain so we can keep climbing. Because I'm just going to just keep climbing, just go past you. And you just quit right now because this is not for you. And I got really hard on her because I wanted her to get vulnerable and realize that she's self-sabotaging her own self.
Yes.
But that's what we all do, don't we?
We all do
Right?
it. Even
So
the pros.
Really, I just want you to really think about, because I'm sometimes other people can see things in other people that they can't see in themselves.
It's true.
Like, I'm impressed with what you're doing because I know people that probably have gone through brain surgery just like you
Yes.
that won't even try to do this. But what's great about what you're doing is it's keeping your brain busy, and it's keeping your brain from creating new associations
Yes.
by doing one thing at a time. So you repeat it, repeat it, repeat it, repeat it.
Yes.
And I tell people, when you're first getting started, you're doing all this stuff, don't worry about the money. The money's going to follow afterwards.
Exactly.
Focus on the processes to get to the point where you need to get to.
And trust in the process.
Yeah, you got to trust in the process.
You got to trust the process.
But it is a process.
It is.
Everything is a process. Even the ABCs are what I talk about.
You know, I want to touch on that a little bit and go into parenting, because parenting is a process, isn't it? And, you know, the thing I wanted to let you guys know, and just to share a quick update, you know, most of you guys here, and those of you that are brand new or getting to know us, it's okay. I'm going to share this with you as well. Those of you that are here, you know, contributed in your support with me and Rich. We were going through a very difficult time. We've had many challenges, a lot of challenges, and we just recently acquired a new one.
Oh, yeah.
Where for 16 years, I've been raising a child in an atypical society and thinking that my child was, you know, nothing wrong with them. You know, I'm not saying that there's something wrong with them, but there were things that he was doing that were very questionable. And ever since he's been born, you know, I thought that, oh, that's just him being him, you know. And now that he's turned 16, he had this setback where my son was losing weight. He dropped down to 94 pounds. I know. And he wasn't eating. He was starving himself. And, you know, Angel was literally very insecure and in fear. And he had a lot of issues, to the point that I thought, and I had this talk with Rich, my other half. I said, honey, is he having a mental breakdown? Is there a mental health issue going on? We don't know what's going on. And Rich suggested we need to get him evaluated to find out what's going on with him. And here's the answer. It actually finally has a name. And the name is autism. My son is diagnosed now at the age of 16 with Asperger's autism level 1. I had no clue what this was and what's this all about. And I just finally found out. Now, I want you guys to think about this as parents, how heartbreaking
Oh
this
my God.
is. Because literally, I almost thought to the point, okay, that's it. I have to like fold the business now and focus solely on taking care of my son. Can you imagine the challenge and the mindset?
And we still have building the business
that I had to deal with. Plus, I was running the PLS Fast Start trainings. I was running Home Business Academy coaching sessions. I was training some students. I was working with business owners, still doing my stuff on the regular and doing my own marketing while taking care of an autistic child. Talk about a challenge. And I literally looked at Rich, and Rich was like, it's going to be okay. We could get through this. We got through everything else. We can get through this. I'm with you. Okay, let's just take it one step at a time. Rich knew about it. I didn't. This is what happens to us. We tend to see the surface of things and we look at it as a normal thing and we accept it as it is for face value. But deep down, if we really took the time to really understand what's really going on beneath the surface, we could literally answer and solve so many problems. This is what's happening to us in our business right now. On the surface, you see everybody is at chapter 13, chapter 36, and chapter 100. But you just started at chapter 1 of your book, of your journey. And you're trying to compare your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 36. Are you getting what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? You cannot compare your beginning with someone's ending. Just because they have success and results, you don't know what it took for them to get there. And you're worried about your own results. Get started. That is the most important thing. But don't compare yourself to someone else's results. You're not there yet. You don't know what it took for them to get there. So never compare yourself to someone else's chapter 36. So what I'm saying to you guys is Angel is doing so much better now. Now that we know what it is, we've taken the initiative and the steps that it requires to get him to recovery. And he's doing better. And I'm happy to report my son is now 105 pounds. And he's gained weight.
I think he's more now.
Now he's got a great appetite. Now he's eating, right?
I think he's up to like a lot more than that now.
For your support and your prayers, you prayer warriors out there, because you know we are prayer warriors, and you guys pray with us. Thank you so much for that. Now back onto the scene with this. Candace says, amen all day long. We keep it 100. That's right. The journey is real. The whole thing that happens with us in these challenges is all real. Nothing is set when it comes to building this business. You're going to run into challenges, like I said, in the home and in the business.
Yeah, absolutely. Just keeping it real. That's what happens. And, this has been a great hot seat, guys. We really got more into like mindset today and everything, and, a little bit deep and stuff. But, sometimes we have to do this because we see the challenges that people face, and it's never really the business. Honestly, people think it's the business, but it's really not. It's actually the person's perspective on how they look at what they're doing. And everybody's different. They just got to really figure out, like, what are those past events that are holding me back currently
Yes.
in my present moment?
Yes.
And once you figure that out, once you know that,
Yes.
you could be aware of it. Once you're aware of it,
Yes.
you could alter it.
Now, I'm going to speak on behalf of Rich and myself, guys. We understand it is not easy to build this business alone. So we implore to you, not only can the hot seat help you with the business that you're in right now, doesn't matter what you're marketing, because that's irrelevant. What are you doing to get that business in front of enough people that you could literally talk to all day long? That's where we come in. You need coaching. And if you don't realize you need coaching by now, take a look at your back office. If there is nothing going on back there, or if there's something going out there, but it's not enough, you require that guidance. Am I right, Rich?
That's right. I'm telling you, a whole nother level when you get coached. When you really get coached and we really find out like what's holding you back
Yes.
and what's going on, that changes everything.
It does. So make sure that if you're interested in hiring us to help you with your existing business, doesn't matter what it is. We've helped a lot of people, no matter what opportunity they're a part of. It doesn't matter. We care more about the process. If you don't understand how to put the process together and follow through with the right guidance and the right direction, you will struggle. You will fail. That's why we recommend booking a call with us. It's only 15 minutes. You will not regret that you've done this. Head over to the link in this chat right here. I'm going to put it right here now for you guys, and book a call with us. It is worth it. You can ask any one of our hot seat attendees, people who actually have made that attempt to book that call and step out in faith, actually got results just from the conversation and the content and the information we share with them based on their situation.
Yep. Awesome. Wow. We went a little over today, didn't we?
That's all right. I mean, this is fun. This is the hot seat, baby. There you go, right there. Book a call with us. Spend 15 minutes. Tell us, what are you working on? Where are you stuck at? And how we can best help you in your business. It is absolutely worth the 15 minutes. Trust me.
All right, guys. I want to thank you for being with us this evening on the Hot Seat Live. My name is Rich Guzman.
And my name is Ace Guzman. Thank you so much for joining us here on Fridays. Hot Seat Live with Ace and Rich. Tune in next time. We're going to be answering more questions. Don't hesitate. Don't hold back. Bring those questions to us next Friday.
Remember, you are all warriors.
Yes, absolutely.
Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend.
Take care.
Good night.